Now I'll tell you a story inviting everybody, okay? It is not a story, it happened about 150 to 180 years ago, exact date I cannot tell, in this country. There was a holy man whose name was Shri Radharaman Dev, whose disciple was Ramdas Babaji, whose disciple was Barha Baba. This is the lineage. Radharaman Dev, he was a completely devoted to God, his own personal deity Lord Krishna. He lived years after years in Puri. He traveled on feet, going in this way. In this way he was walking, going to Konark and all these places he traveled. One day he had a dog. The dog died. When the dog died, they wanted to do a special festival for dogs. What is the festival for dogs? In this country, if somebody dies on 9th or 10th or 11th day, they invite the friends, relative and other people to have some food. So he said we should invite the dogs. Everybody laughed at him. What? To invite dogs? He said, we'll invite dogs, we'll invite all the sadhus, all the holy people in the locality. He gave the charge to one disciple of him, you go and whichever dog you find, you go and request him, please come to this place at this time. It sounds a little bit, how to say, crazy or unbelievable. But remember, it is not story. On a particular day, particular time, in their ashram, they invited the dogs in the town. It was in Bengal. Can you imagine? Hundreds of dogs came. Sitting place for each dog was arranged. The dogs came. This holy man was going and bowing down to dog. Each dog, please go and take your seat. Dogs are going and taking their own seat. Banana leaves, delicious food, everything was served, but nobody is eating. You just think, if there is an animal, you put some food, immediately they will eat, if they like. Nobody is eating, everybody is sitting politely. This holy man, who was popularly known as also Babaji, and he was known as Barha Babaji, Big Babaji, he came and bowed down to all dogs with folded hands. Please begin your food. After that, they started eating. After they finished their food, again this man came and bowed down to them. If you all have been satisfied, now you can leave the place. Everybody, without any noise, you see when in India, the stray dogs, these are all not pet dogs, all stray dogs, when they come together, there is some food, they bark, they shout, they fight with each other. No disturbance, peacefully they left. This holy man went and took some grains of food from these leaves and took it in his mouth. This monk had a habit that they will not keep anything for next day. They call it as Akasha Vritti. The sadhus, the monks, some monks they live, there are different vritti. Different vrittis are different way of collecting their food or whatever they need. One is known as Madhukari Vritti. Madhukari Vritti collect like the bee. Madhukara, the bee, goes from flower to flower, collects little honey. So don't take food at one house, go and beg from few houses and especially 5 houses. Whatever you get, you offer it to your guru. Whatever your guru gives to you, take it. Madhukari Vritti, like the bee. Second is Ajagara Vritti. Ajagara Vritti, the lifestyle of a python. The python doesn't go anywhere, lies down there. Whichever animal comes closer to the python, welcomes, come, today is the God-given food for me. Swallows it. If no food comes, the python is lying down there. Python is very huge. It can be quite a few meters long, and really it can swallow one human being. Sometimes they can swallow goat and other animals. They can expand their body. And python is one of the laziest snakes. However, ajagara vritti, the sadhu doesn't go anywhere, just sitting there. If somebody gives some food, accepts it as the will of God. No food, fast it. Today God wants that I should not have food. If you study the life of Swami Brahmananda, the disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, when he was living in Vrindavan, he is telling, I was sitting there and observing this ajagara vritti. Somebody came and gave a blanket, covered my body. It was winter time. Detached. He is sitting like this. Somebody covered the body. Another thief came and took the blanket from his body. No protest. God is giving and God is taking. Just to think what type of complete surrender to God. No food, will of God. Food, will of God. Complete surrender to God. The third one is akasha vritti. In akasha vritti, whatever they get that day, they have to spend that day. Nothing to save for the next day. Suppose you got lots of food and other stuff today. Make a big feast. Invite everybody. Feed them. Be happy. Clean your pot. Not a single grain of rice will stick to the pot. Clean it. And they keep the pot empty and open to the space. Tomorrow God will give from the sky. Akasa means the sky. From nothing, something will come. In the evening, you remember the first incident which I was narrating. A devotee came and told Baba, one mistake has been done. What is the mistake? The plate of food which we offered in the temple is not eaten. Everybody has finished food and nobody is to eat now in our ashram, but what to do? He smiled. Do you know what happened? At that time, a black dog came running into the ashram's campus. This holy man said, take this plate of food and serve the dog. The disciple who went to invite the previous day looked at the dog. He came running to the Guru and telling, Baba, I am to tell something. What? This dog who came is the dog whom I told at the end that, look, I don't know if I have invited everybody or not. If I have not invited anybody, you go and tell your friends and relatives so that everybody should be invited. Okay? So this is the dog. It is coming at the end so that everybody is fed, I believe. This was the, you can tell, lunch or festival of dogs, lunch for the dogs. Can anybody believe this in human mind? A possibility? But it happened.